A lot of people have spent years. They've spent years going to school, going to university, spend year one, year two. Some people are to strike, some people coronavirus, some people flooding and things like that. And they spent up to 5, 6, 7 years in university, and then they come out and then they ask, and then an interviewer asks them, "What is your salary expectation?" Then they are thinking they'll get something of about 300, 400,000. Why the HR person is telling them your salary is 80 to 150,000 or 100 to 200,000 naira, and they are shocked. Now, when students graduate from school, you are a graduate, you have so many offers, especially graduate trainee roles, and these roles are expected to train you. Since you don't are not starting a business, the graduate training roles are to train you on how the employment space work, on how the labor market works. Whatever company that you choose, they are to teach you about their procedures, about their management style, their operational style, and things like that. So they spend so much in trying to like train you on how they work, train you in their operations, on their management. And then some other people, they just go into entry level roles, right? And then the short matter is that as a graduate, you are not expected to, you're not a senior personnel, you don't have experience, you don't have years of experience. So you having this high expectation, which of course is understandable because of the situation and the economic situation of Nigeria. It's quite understandable to have high expectations in terms of salary. But when you look at the whole thing, so you are just a graduate trainee without experience. So you look at in comparison to other roles on the level of the job. So there are so many graduate trainee roles, there are so many graduate open roles, there are so many entry level roles, and these entry level roles offer not so big of a salary. Some companies offer very okay salary, like some oil companies and some banks offer okay salaries for graduate trainees, but on the other end, some people still offer normal average salaries. And the truth of the matter is that there are so many things you should consider before taking any role, whether as a graduate trainee or an entry level or any entry level role. You should consider various factors. It's not just about the money, it's not just about the income that you're getting. So salary is not just about money. You have to look at, okay, am I getting exposure in this company that I'm in? Am I going to get network with individuals? Am I going to acquire better skills? Am I going to be really taught on the job in trying to get to this company? So you have to look at this. Some people will just calculate the company salary and then say, okay, look at this, look at my expenses. It's more than my expenses. But there are so many ways you have to cut down your expenses to try to match up with that income. No matter whatever income that you're getting, ensure that you have something on top. You understand? You don't want to be doing any business as you don't want to be getting a job and then you're running at a loss every month. So you have to either cut your expenses, that's the only option that you have, or increase your income. But in a job setting, you cannot increase your income at that point in time, so you just have to cut down so many expenses. You understand? So in that way, you have to a job of 120,000, 150,000 can pay better more than a job that you're getting 300 salary in the long run. You understand? Because this job, maybe you have higher industry exposure to other individuals, high what individuals you're able to, you have skill exposure, you're exposed to the work, you're able to do the work more effectively, like you have more hands-on training than the other one of 300,000. So you have to look at all these things. It's not just to just pick a salary and say, oh, this one pays better, so just run here. The salary that's paying you 300,000 might be more toxic than the salary that is paying you 150,000 naira. So you have to look at all these things, have all these things in perspective when you're choosing an entry level role. So as a graduate who you are, you're just graduating from school, you don't want to have too much high of an expectation. Imagine if it's just your business or your company and then you have somebody who is just an entry level personnel to the company. You want to ensure that whatever this person is bringing is in proportion to the amount that he's getting. You understand? So if I'm paying somebody 500,000 naira a month, I'm expecting that person measurably is bringing in about up to 600,000 naira a month. You understand? So that's how employers look at it. And in this business, employers think differently than employees. You understand? So you want to ensure that you're getting the right results from your employees. That's what employers want. So you have to be really thoughtful before getting any job. Analyze so many things. Can I learn on this job? Will it move me forward to my long-term plan? You have to have a plan long-term. Will it move me forward or will it take me backwards? Think about all these things, and before you pick any role. So don't have that high expectation of I'm going to graduate, I'm going to be paying me 1 million naira. All of us, we all had that kind of thinking that we cannot work for anybody until they are paying us 500,000 naira, and then you go and they're telling you they're going to pay you 200,000 naira. Look at it long term. Is it going to pay me? And an employer cannot pay you 500,000 when they don't know what you can bring in. So they want to bring you in and then train you, and then when now those things are spending of money. They're taking a risk on you, train you, and then they expect you to bring in value to the business. They're expecting you to bring in value to the company. So that's what is expected of the employer. So it's not a bad thing if an employer is saying this is the entry level role salary. That means you may fuck up, you may do the job effectively. So they're just risking this amount for you. Do you get? So take any role that you think, but whatever role that you know that, well, however way you cut down your expense is going to result in net loss at the end of the month. I don't think personally it's wise enough for you to take that job. I think you have to have something on top that you can save or have as a buffer for any other stuff you're going to do on the side. That's the way I look at it. So it's quite important for us as people who have just graduated, have an open mind. You go to whatever business or whatever company you're trying to get a job or a role, you get any role, just get in. It's an entry level role. You need to enter into the space. Then from that space, you never know what can happen. You understand? But you need to enter in. Those people that are outside are different from those who are inside. At least you have something to fall back on. You have something to count. And some people are there, they also like count the money and say this. Feeding is 1,000 naira, and you count it 4 months, how much you're going to be losing. So, but you're still going to feed, you understand? So, just get something that you can be doing for the meantime. And while you get this, make sure you're working so hard on whatever role. When you get into the roles, an entry level role, when you get in, learn as much as possible, meet as much people as possible, interact with as many people as possible, and then just keep getting the right skills so that when it's time for promotion, you're already in, you can be promoted easily. You're promoted. So many companies like to grow their senior level workers on the senior level roles from like internally. So you understand. So just do the whole best you can do. Work very hard. Don't relent. Don't listen to people who are not ready to work. When you get to the company, work so hard. Learn the rules of work. You can read books like Rules of Work, Richard Templar. Read all those books and then get so much ideas on how you can thrive in the workspace, because the workspace is a very, very crazy space. Entirely learn the games of the office politics and things like that, so that when you get in there, you want to thrive, you want to rise through the ranks, and then building something for yourself. You understand? So that's it. I wish every graduate success as you apply for any role. If you found value from this video, don't forget to subscribe and then leave a comment about which company you are trying to get into, and don't forget to share this video. I'll see you in the next video.